head down to. I think Lux is the last person.
Lux would be the last character that matters in this. Yeah.
Yes.
Around what time is it by now?
By now, so
Probably
you
like
woke up
11.
before 10. I want to say it's maybe like 10:30 because rent day goes very quick. She knocks on all the doors and then goes down and yeah.
Okay, just checking. I think probably like as you're approaching the door, someone else is already leaving. That maybe you recognize, maybe you don't. That's up to you. And leaves the door slightly ajar.
Okay. I would knock, but then I would just go in.
So Lux's apartment is like very, compared to the rest of this entire building, it's very tidy. She redid the walls. Everything is pink and teal and blue and purple. She's got neon lights everywhere. She's got like mirrors hanging all over the place. And she's got a huge king size bed that's like kind of like the main focal point of this entire apartment. That's like full of stuffed animals and like pillows, and you see just like kind of a tangled mass of people, and you're not really sure how many people are there. And you see Lux is sitting at her counter very sleepily. I guess, does drinkable coffee exist? Or that exists, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, she's drinking
It's only
coffee.
2021.
Yeah.
Well, things are weird here, so.
I know, if they can't
The future's so fucked.
you gotta chew your coffee these days. I would just quietly come up next to you and like lean on the counter and just look over at you.
Hey.
Have a rough night? Or not rough night, by the looks of it.
It was consensually rough.
That's good. That's as it should be. Did you
I've already paid.
Oh. Well, all right then. I have you know Moth down the hall, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are having an issue with someone that they work with, who is not giving them the funds that they are owed, and therefore we are not getting the funds that we are owed. I did kind of volunteer you and myself, and perhaps some of the others in this place, to go and take a look at it, see if we can rectify that situation.
Lux is gonna spin around in her chair and look over at her bed and be like, okay, everybody out. You gotta go. It's time. And you see just like people like pulling themselves out of the bed and shuffling out of the room. Okay, yeah, sure. When are we leaving?
I gotta go talk to a few more people. I forgot to get the rent from Kip upstairs. I might ask if he is willing and or able to help. If you want to check in with Micah, actually, see if he is up to some social outings.
Okie dokie.
All right. I'm going to. Do you have like I imagine that you have candy everywhere, right?
There's candy everywhere.
Fantastic.
It's like, but it's like
Grab it.
displayed. It's like pretty.
It's like pretty fantastic. If there's some that's like open, I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah, it's like bowls, jars,
sweet,
everywhere.
Awesome. Cool. I'm just gonna like grab on my way out, just like one from each jar.
Yep.
Put them in my pocket. And I will head all the way back up to the 5th floor to go and find Kip.
Are you tagging like everybody on the way up to see if they want to come with you?
Yeah.
Everybody's
yeah, I
coming
would.
up.
Well, no.
Probably
It's
just Jed and
going
Kells.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just me going up. I would pop in on Jed on the way, and just like poke my head and say, "Hey, hey Jed, once you're if you have time, we have a problem that needs some taken care of. I know you have usually a very full day, but if you could take a little bit of time out of your day to help."
Yeah, you walk in on Dr. Jed. He's like has his arm out. You know how people like wrap up like an extension cord?
It's like some guy's small intestines like coming out of his body. You mean you need old Jed right now, or?
I would say finish up what you're doing.
I come now.
I would say I got some things to take care of.
I'm taking lunch.
Just,
He just kind of throws it down to the side.
All right, Jed.
Old Jed come with you. Lexi, you see this cute little redhead. He's like 6'5" and just like beast, and this little cute redhead, she's like 5 feet tall, barely breaking it. Can you just like daisy chain that? I'll get back to it when I can.
Yeah, sure, Dad, no problem.
Oh, Dad.
He's like 50 years old and she's like 25.
So sure. Jed, you can actually, if you want to head downstairs, Lux is actually downstairs if you want to meet up with her.
Street tacos.
Yeah, sure.
Also, taco truck is still outside. I would hit that up before, just grab some just see if you could grab a bunch.
Oh, did you say Lux was downstairs?
And tacos, yes.
See, he dips his pinky in something. There's like a floating organ in there, but he kind of like rubs it and goes, well, he only has one eyebrow, so how do I look?
Zed will look you up and down, and you are covered in just everything.
Like guts, barefoot, no shirt.
Jed, you look the same as always, but you just have a different kind of aura around you now.
Oh, Dr. Jody, take that. He goes, just grabs like an antiseptic.
Oh, God.
All right, I will meet you downstairs then, and I'm gonna head upstairs and knock on Kel's door and say, "Hey, Kel's, you still here?"
As you knock on it, like Kel's opens the door. He has his goggles on and his riding jacket.
Just ready.
Were you about to leave?
I was gonna go for a ride. Yeah.
There's an issue with someone that Moth is working with. We may have to have some firm discussions with someone about collection of payments and such. If you...
Yeah, I'll go down and see Micah, make sure Gail's ready.
Sweet.
And he runs past.
Gail. God, that bike is so cool. I'm gonna go upstairs to the only person who lives on the 5th floor.
yeah. Actually, all the other apartments are just empty on the 5th floor. Nobody else wanted to be near Kip's. Because by the time you walk up to the 5th floor, you notice that a part of the ceiling is just gone. There's a hole in the ceiling letting some of the light in. It's now getting like that morning mist is kind of gone. But like it's still early enough that you could feel the breeze and everything. It feels really nice, but the sunlight is definitely getting in.
Flavor to it.
Yeah,
like its air of mystery is gone.
The second you get up to the 5th floor, you can already hear the boom, boom, boom of the bass coming from Kip's room.
I just reach into a pocket in the satchel that I have crossed over me, and I pull out some earplugs and I just put them in preemptively.
You're gonna need eye plugs.
Eye plugs. All right. Actually, no, I don't need to do that because I have funny ears. I can just edit the sound to either amplify or, in this case, lessen the gain that's coming into my ear.
Awesome.
So I would go up and I would not even bother knocking. I would open the door if it's open.
I was gonna say, before your fist even hits the door, it opens. And I'm standing there buck naked except for my skull that's covered in metal and lights. And I'm drinking a milkshake in one hand, and I have a mitten, like a cooking mitten, in my other hand. And just a wave of heat hits you really quick. And it's just super dark behind me, but you can kind of tell people are behind me. And I'm drinking my milkshake.
And there's just death metal playing like really loud coming out of that room.
Kip, what are you doing?
What's it look like I'm doing?
I cannot see. I do not know.
Well, open your eyes. Can't you tell we're cooking? We're making brownies.
All right. Okay.
Lots of brownies. I'm also soaking wet. You came here for the money, right?
That is half of the reason. Yes.
I pull out money. You don't know where it came from. It just comes out of somewhere, and it's also soaking wet.
I
Right
would-
here.
You know what? I'm just gonna leave it in your hand. I'm just gonna pull your thumb up and put it on my little like thumb thing. You can keep that. How about that? You just keep a hold of that, and I'll just.
Just throw it on my shoulder, and it hits somebody behind me.
All
I
right.
go, well, man.
Kip, I know you have a specific set of skills and persona to manage. Do you think that you could possibly clothe yourself and help us with a situation that we're dealing with Moth downstairs?
I suppose I can leave the brownies a little longer. They'll simmer. It takes about 48 hours to smoke them right. So
I think we'll
I'll
be back
throw
with
on
plenty of time to just give it a look-see, so you can make sure you turn it in the oven. It doesn't get burned on one side or the other.
yeah, yep. All right, I guess. And I just shut the door slowly.
I do not wait for you to come. I just go. I take out my earplugs and I just go down. I would message Lux and just say, the gang's all here. ...
And then Lux will cut to you asking Micah.
So Lux takes like a little bit of time pulling herself together. But once she does, she wanders down the hall towards Micah. Jed, if you went straight downstairs, I might run into you as I'm walking down.
Oh yeah. He's running, and it just sounds like thunder through the stairs as you hear splinters and wood, and you feel the floor shake.
Great.
There's like a board just kind of comes down from the ceiling. You always have to nail that board back up every night, it seems.
Jed runs up. He says, "Oh me, oh my, Miss Lux, it is such a pleasure to see you again." He takes out like a rag and like shines his head.
Jed, you got a little something on you.
A little flicks an ear off. Sorry about
There you
that.
Why don't you come with me? I gotta go talk to Micah. We're gonna do a thing.
It would be a pleasure to escort you.
Okie dokie, Jed.
He holds out his arm, which is like the size of your head.
she'll grab onto it.
On the way there, you would probably see whatever passes for a laundry room. Micah's in there. I imagine it's part of the portion that kind of got blown away near the garage, so it's still a mess. We probably replaced the dozen or so little dryers with one giant industrial one that Micah is currently just like punching, and then it starts to work, and then he watches it for a moment.
He watches
Great.
it's not setting on fire, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Horrifying. Micah,
Yeah,
good work there. That's great.
thanks.
So you know Moth?
Yeah, owes me some money.
Yeah, because there's a dude who owes him some money. I think we have to go talk to him.
Okay,
Well, we gotta talk to him.
should I prepare? Or are
I
we
don't
just
know
gonna
what
go
that
talk
means
to
for
him?
you, but well, we're gonna. we're. I don't understand your question.
What are the odds of violence?
Oh, very high, I think.
Oh, all right. I'll be ready in a few.
Okay, cool.
There goes Moth. He pulls in, goes into like the front pouch of like those overalls and pulls out like 3 toes. I'm holding these for collateral. These are Moss's toes. Didn't bring me no money either. Puts them back in.
Okay, well, that's aggressive, but let's go.
All right, with that, you all probably meet out on the stoop. What's funny about the stoop is that the taco truck guy is still there, but all of Lux's friends, like that were there the night before, are like chowing down. They're just like sitting on the stoop, sitting on like windowsills, literally anywhere you can sit, and curbs and everything. You just see everybody having like morning tacos, chatting, talking about the night before, various other ways to wake up. And but you're all gathered together now.
I think on the way back, Lux would swing into her apartment and grab some gear. Like,
yeah, we could do. By the time you guys get to the taco truck, you've probably all geared up for what you expect. If you were to go, like, if shit were to go sour, you probably grab shit for it. You're used to this life. So.
Question:
Red just has his hands.
how weird is it around here to be walking around with a weapon that you can see?
Not entirely weird. It's weird if you were just flat out holding it, but if you were just open carry, like having it on your hip or on your back or something, not entirely weird, but would cause a couple of people to stare.
Okay, great. She's gonna bring her katana and it's gonna be on her back.
Hell yes. Your fashion katana.
Your fashion
katana.
It's glass. It's made out of
For the
fiberglass.
looks.
It's really terrible, but it looks really cute.
That's what she tells everyone.
Jedediah always
Cut a
just
bitch.
always wears the battle glove. Just always wears it. Like uses it for like medical procedures and everything.
Anesthetic.
Crack 'em open, rip 'em in half.
Dave, you mentioned I might have like some scrabbled together Psycho Squad armor.
Yeah, it's
What
more like
exactly
you found a
is that?
bunch of armor from like different things. Like you have maybe a trauma team glove that you've attached
Okay,
to a
yeah,
Psycho
yeah.
Squad bodysuit. That
Yeah.
like it's just all sorts of armor you found in the trash that you've junked together, kind of thing.
I'd be wearing all that then, yeah.
Yeah.
Woof.
I'm just wearing combat pants with like knee pads and combat boots. I didn't actually mention my whole left arm is made of metal. It's a bionic arm. And I'm wearing, again, no shirt, but I'm still soaking wet. I got a little bit of brownie batter on me. And I have the oven mitt still tucked in my belt.
Do you have your
There we go.
guitar with you?
Yeah, I'll have my guitar slung to my back. Never go anywhere without my axe.
You have my axe.
Shut up. Everybody says that. I have no idea why they say that.
That movie did not come out in this.
It doesn't make any sense, but I hate it when people say that.
But yeah, you've all gathered together in front of the building. The morning it's maybe about 11 o'clock by now, or I want to say maybe noon, because gearing up for what you expect could be a dangerous day kind of takes a bit longer. Also, some of you have to shower, or don't. And yeah, you get there's tacos out front. We'll smash cut. You all have your tacos. You're all geared up. There you are.
I just stuff a taco into like my metal face.
As a prank, I put one of the little toes in Kip's taco and I point to Lux and I go,
But I don't even notice it. It just goes in with everything else.
Those titanium teeth you got. You just,
I just
chew it
spit
right
out
up.
the nail.
Oh god.
Buddy.
Why'd you have to make it gross that you just cannibalized someone?
Yeah, the tacos are a little crunchy today.
God, gross.
I
little
imagine.
jammy.
God, I imagine that Moth would have, or would. Are we familiar with this Mikey person?
Yeah. So you're familiar with Mikey's problems, but you haven't necessarily met the guy yourself.
Okay.
Mikey is constantly a source of why Moth can't pay his rent. But this is a little different because usually Mikey pays in like installments or something like that, but he's still relatively good for his money. What Moth said in this altercation is that he didn't pay him at all for a while. So there's something going down with Mikey that he doesn't know. That he wants you to kind of check in on that could be weird, and also that he's heard rumors that Mikey is getting in with the wrong crowd.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Then I think I would have just stopped by Moth just to double check to see where they saw Mikey last, talked to him last, and then that's where I would fill everyone in the details that I know of.
Yeah, sure. The last place that the place you'd probably check is where Mikey lives, because that's usually where I saw that. That's usually where like where he would expect him to be.
Okay.
Not it's not like a big like you do, that's where he does business with him.
Okay.
It's in old downtown. It's still in the La Sombre district, so it's not very far. Far enough that you'd probably have to take your vehicles to get there, but not so far that like it's in a different district or anything like that.
Baby. gets stuck in that curtain, and it's hilarious. I can't figure out how to get out of it.
Amazing.
I'm sure it's fine.
It's got to be fine, right?
So I could be one of the drivers. I can fit 4 people.
Nice.
I'll sit on the roof.
I just take
That
my
seems
motorcycle.
unsafe, but okay.
Gotta take my Kells is outside.
Seems fun.
Activates his vehicle link as Gale pulls up to him.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
I hop in with Lux, and the whole car tilts to the right.
Yes.
Kind of shifts me on the roof.
So all you drive your various ways of transport. You find yourself using Moth's directions. You get to this kind of T-shaped alleyway. So it has 3 ways to get to the street. And the what you see at the very, like, from the street where you park your cars, you can see down this alleyway. There's a building at the very end of it that Moth says is Mikey's place. This alleyway is relatively narrow. You can see people hanging out in the alleyway, but what you see at the very end of the alleyway, in, like, I guess the cross section where the T meets, is like a building with a garage on the front, 2 doors, and a very big, like, office window.
I think also, like, when Lux gets in her car, she, like, takes off her katana and, like, hands it to Jet, and takes off her jacket and hands it to him, and then you see that she's got, like, a rifle and then, like, an SMG and, like, 2 pistols, and just hands them over.
Thanks.
Thanks!
And then loads them all back up when we get there.
Hot.
She is, yes.
But yeah, so the alleyway is in front of y'all.
I hop off the roof and I cock my submachine gun. I'm like, "Are we doing this?"
Okay.
No,
Oh,
just calm down just a
Oh.
minute, just a little bit. Kip, I have a one question before we go in there. Why are you so wet?
what? Have I been wet this whole time?
Came in for a calibration a couple weeks ago. I just couldn't help myself. He sweats all the time.
It's hot outside, and I don't have good air conditioning, and it's
Kip,
just
you have a hole in your part. You have kind of the best air conditioning that could possibly be. You are on the 5th floor. There is nothing but air.
I think air conditioning is better than just air.
Well, all right.
Conditions the air. I need it fixed, is what I'm trying to. This is a cry for help. I need help. I need a working shower and I need a working air conditioning. We're dying in there. It's good. It's good for brownie making, though.
All right. Okay. I do not think to any of us we should come at this from an aggressive standpoint to begin with. Keep that in mind,
okay.
Kip. It's fine. You know,
got
we can
it.
always escalate if we
wink,
need to.
But you can't tell, so I guess I just go like this.
So I'm hoping we're just here to threaten some people, right?
I certainly hope that is all we have to do.
I'm really hoping for it.
Maybe a small injection of truth serum. I have all my child's medicine stuff over here, by the way.
A small injection
All
of
of
truth
it
serum.
accurate.
But what is it really?
And just take a look over there.
Gasoline.
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 Will make you run faster, that's for
Maybe
sure.
I'll check your heartbeat.
I'm glad it's pink. Oh man.
I'm hoping we simply can talk to Mikey and get a better understanding of where he's coming from. My hope is that we do in fact find them alive and well, or at the very least alive.
For now. Right?
He's a valuable part of my supply chain, so let's not get too
He does in
too
fact
crazy with him, if possible.
in a side way. He does in fact pay us.
His money
Through
will
Moth?
survive. Like, it's not gonna die. I tried to kill money before, and it doesn't die.
Did you ever take any kind of economics class or anything? No, never mind. I know the answer to that. Should we get going?
I just wipe some of the weird sweat off of me as an answer.
Sweat.
Street economics.
God.
I sell drugs. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We know.
Yeah,
We know. Oh, we get it.
Always pay rent. Always pay rent. And I wink again. I think we all
Okay. I think we progress forward to the plot.
Alrighty. So
Onward
you
to the
begin.
story.
To the
We
story.
approach the front door.
You begin to walk down the alleyway, and you notice that all the people that are hanging out in it, they were talking, but then they see you coming up, and they stop their conversations. They all look at you. They give you stink eyes, and you can tell that they're actually all packing. They have guns pretty liberally out in the open too. A lot of them are a lot of them have chrome right arms. They look like if you were to put a first impression on them, they could all be part of a gang. But right now they're not doing anything. They don't look like a gang you recognize. And they're all just looking at you as you pass by.
Are we still in our neighborhood?
Yep, you're still in Los Hombre. You drove out a gang, not all the gangs. You drove out the one that was the most dangerous.
But the fact
Oh,
that
so these guys are just.
yeah, these guys are probably just like, not all gangs are going around shooting their guns in the air as they run through the streets or anything. The Chromers, which were the gang that you kicked out, were like that, and they were extremely dangerous, made the neighborhood a war zone. You kicked them out, but there's still gangs that like peddle drugs or do like black market stuff and
There's
stuff.
something wrong with peddling drugs?
Not at all. You have a gang.
So what you're saying is I was the leader of the Chrome.
you were the leader of the Chrome. You
they
do
just
have a
didn't
Chrome
leave
skull.
after everyone else was dead.
The rules
We
were you
let 'em
can
be.
kill everybody else, but I get to stick around. I get my
so-
own floor.
So we have some rep in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Can we tell if these are like new? Like they're
A
moving
new
in,
gang?
or
No. I want to say you've maybe seen people that look a little bit like this kind of walking around town before. You've just never seen so many in the same place at the same time. It just is, so that implies that maybe something is happening that's a little different. But like these people look like people that have lived in the neighborhood. Like you've seen them maybe when you went to go get groceries, or maybe they were shopping at like getting their morning tacos from the taco truck or something like that. Like you've seen these people around, but you never really took much stock of them until now, seeing them all in the same place.
Is their tech level about what we would expect for gangs in this area?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or they
None of them
packing
are like
something
military
impressive?
grade,
Okay.
like crazy people. No, they all have
Okay.
they look like low income housing kind of gangers kind of a situation. Like their guns look cheap. They aren't like wearing body armor. They aren't like kitted out like a tank or anything like that. They're just low level gangers that are just kind of hanging out.
Well, I think it's time to get aggressive.
You see one of them.
I can at least step forward and kind of like show we're not scared.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you guys just keep progressing forward, not really giving a fuck, that would probably send a message pretty well.
Lex is like just on her phone walking.
There's a reason they aren't talking to you, but they are looking at you. Like, they know what you did for Los Hombres. So, like, they're just like... they're kind of just like, but they're taking stock of you.
Do I recognize any of them? Have I sold drugs to these people?
No, you don't know who you sell drugs to. It's everybody, it seems like.
I'm a people person.
but referee, I sell drugs to the community. Alrighty. So you make your way up to the door, and what you see, again, garage, 2 doors. It's like a duplex situation. There's a big window up. You can kind of see a silhouette in the window, but the window is vaguely tinted. That window, you would know based on Moth's directions, has to be Mikey's office.
Shall I do the honors? And I cock my gun.
Let me try the door first, and I'll open it.
You just open it. So it doesn't open, but there is a call box next to the door, like one of those telecom systems, but it's futuristic. Maybe it's got like a
It has
small.
a
Oh,
glowing
I
button.
understand.
Yeah, it's glowing. No, it's got like a small camera on it. That's like a circular camera on
And
it.
a blue calculator strapped to it.
Yeah.
To make it look more real.
They duct taped a calculator to it. It's a
Make it look more
TI-80.
futuristic. Cyberpunk.
Does it look
Cyberpunk.
Does it look normal? Like it doesn't look obviously
yeah.
booby trapped or anything?
No, I mean,
Alright,
okay, so it looks normal for what you expect from somebody who does business in this neighborhood through their house. But it looks abnormal, as in most houses don't have a kit like this sitting outside for answering calls and stuff like that. So that catch-22.
but it doesn't look like it's wired to a bomb or anything.
No, it's not gonna blow up or anything.
Perfect.
You can
Alright.
take a glance at that and know that it's relatively normal. Yeah.
It'd be hard
I'll
to get packages in this neighborhood if it just blew up every time.
I'll punch the button and then motion Zed forward.
Told me not to be aggressive, and he's punching buttons.
You see what looks like a dark silhouette on the camera feed. He takes a look at you and he just goes, you can actually audibly, or does anybody have like tech hearing? I know Zed does. On like a kind of a frequency you normally wouldn't be able to hear because it's so low, you can actually hear the guy just like, fuck. And then you hear, all right, come in. And then zzz, as in the door opened.
For the record, does my skull count as cybernetic hearing?
You might have something in there that can control your hearing.
I
level.
don't have like a stat for it. I'm just.
It wasn't.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it
It's
wasn't
like
so
yeah,
much
it's
of
like
a secret that
It's an
I
excellent
wouldn't have
stat.
pulled Zed aside to tell her what
Well,
he
right, yeah.
said. It's just funny that like it basically what everybody else kind of hears if you don't have like a weird hearing thing is just like a mutter, but like Zed literally just hears him go fuck. But yeah, the door zzz, opens, or the lock unlocks so that it allows you to open it.
I would look back and I would arch an eyebrow at everyone as I grab onto the handle. If it is a pull, I will pull. If it is a push, I will push because I did go to school.
It is neither. It is a slide up. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I just kick him open.
You just kick it open.